Great news, as 2 stimulus relief items will be coming to you sooner and in larger amounts than originally thought. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Morning's LALATE. Hope you're good and safe. We have really great news to start your Tuesday morning with. This is Morning's LALATE that starts every morning at 8:30 with a 30-minute programming block about everything stimulus. Thank you for tuning in. Hope the butter is buttering up well, the toast is toasting, and the coffee's brewing as well. And for those of our viewers who are homeless, your spirits are in my heart. Let's get right to the news. Really great, exciting news off the bat about 2 key items of the second stimulus package that are coming to you sooner and in larger amounts than ever thought before. And shortly after that, I have more about the checks. Let's get right to it. FPUC, which you expired in late July, was replaced by LWA by executive order of the president about 3 weeks ago. The amount of money and the time of the routing had been reported by FEMA as really being delayed all the way to September, that you would get the payments and that you may not even get 3 weeks of payments. Well, FEMA has recalculated everything, and here's the exciting, great news. Of all the states that are currently approved, FEMA is now reporting that you'll get guaranteed 3 weeks of $300. This is incredibly great news. The earlier states, the good news continues, the earlier states who got in first, like Arizona, will arguably and potentially get 4 weeks of $300. They say that there's not only enough for the $300 for all the states that are currently approved in the system, but the earlier states will get upwards of 4 weeks. Now, those 2, more great news, those 2 other states, Montana and Kentucky, they're throwing $100 on top of that. And they will do that the whole duration we know currently of 3 weeks. They have the authority to do it to December. So those 2 states, a lot of money. This is also really great news. And as if the news couldn't get any better, FEMA is now reporting, and the person behind the news report themselves says that the payments could land in your account earlier than originally thought. FEMA had originally said that the money would be landing somewhere in September. Well, we already know Arizona went out with their payments. That's simple. But how about everyone else? New reports from FEMA today suggest that some states could start making payments this week. So boy, really great news. Let me go over what's going on right now. The issues are how soon the money would go out and how soon the people would see the money. It seems that the intention of the executive order was to make it function similarly to the CARES Act, so people would just get the money, says Elizabeth Forsythe, a labor economist at University of Illinois. There is a couple of other additional great news, which is sort of technical issues. First, you don't have to do anything to get this money. So this is also really great news. I mean, it was assumed that this was the situation, but it's now confirmed. So if you're already on UI or PUA benefits, you don't have to do anything. You just have to certify for your weekly benefits of UI and PUA for the next 3 weeks like you normally would do. As I've always said, always certify for your weeks. Here is the statement. In order to be eligible for assistance, workers must also self-certify on their online portals. That says what CNBC says. Here's the actual statement from Washington State's Employment Security Division. This will require a new step for claimants currently receiving regular benefits or PUA and extended benefits. You will not likely need to recertify if you already have. Really great news. Remember, and this is also another, I can't stop with the good news this morning. This is another one. If you're on extended benefits, extension of UI benefits, you're going to get this as well. That's PEUC. So you're going to get this as well. The 30 states that are currently approved are Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Washington State. Now, how soon? Literally, apparently, in the next 7 days. I mean, this is really incredible. Um, it's I presume others will start this week, and some it'll take longer, says Gary Bertles, economist and senior fellow at the Brookings Institution. Now, he's not in FEMA. That's his analysis of the situation, but this is the first time anyone has said this. So really, really great news. More great news on a different subject. Another issue of stimulus. Great news for my students. As you know, the executive order, this is the second executive order of this morning. The executive order of the president 2 weeks ago about student loan debt repayments, they were expiring September 30th. His executive order extended it. Well, just overnight and a little bit a day before, Betsy DeVos issued a statement and an order that will not require students to repay their debts for student loan until at least January of next year. How will this work? First, I mean, this is incredible relief for my students. First, if you have any existing student debts that are federally held student loans, these are only federally held student loans, you don't have to make any payments. You'll have no interest accruing and no principal accruing. I mean, it's just, it's like you woke up and you won the lottery. This is incredible news. All borrowers with federally held student loans will have their payments automatically suspended until 2021 without penalty. In addition, the interest rate on all federally held student loans will be set at 0 through the end of the calendar year. So to translate, because that's pig Latin. No one wants pig Latin in the morning unless you're, having to slide a bacon and then give me a lot of pig Latin. She's saying that, hey, if you have debts, you don't have to pay anything. Simple as that. You get a bill, you don't have to pay it. Really, really great news. All right, so let's turn to the some more Nancy Pelosi wacko news. Nancy will be on TV this morning, opposite when this channel airs, so I hope you tune in to me and not her, because I'll just tell you what she's going to say, because you don't need to watch it. Children going hungry, children going hungry, children going hungry. But she's going to still be talking about the post office. Now, Nancy Pelosi, ironically, sound the alarm, ironically has a very good point this morning. And her point sort of mirrors my point last night. Her point is that Mark Meadows is reneging on a deal, and she's absolutely correct. If you recall my reporting starting last Sunday, when he appeared on Jake Tapper, Mark Meadows said, you know what, America, Nancy wants more money for the post office. I will give Nancy more money for the post office in a standalone bill, and we can put stimulus checks in there. Remember that? Remember that statement? Well, Nancy said overnight that, the House just approved a bill that says, here's more money for the post office. And now she says Mark Meadows is reneging. Well, she's right. And he's also reneging on the standalone bill for the second stimulus checks. Surprise, surprise. This has been my call to action and my real problem with the Republicans during this negotiations. Let me get right to the details. First, there is new question as to what happened during these chats of these people. And the president has said if we passed a freestanding postal bill, he'll sign it. Now he did. Now he says he won't, said Nancy Pelosi overnight. Absolutely correct. She said the president said to give us stimulus checks as a standalone bill. No, he's not. A lot of this will be up to the administration if they stop making misrepresentations of the American people, said Nancy Pelosi overnight. Mark Meadows was asked when was the last time anyone negotiated on the stimulus package. Now, this is, where we're all a little pissed off. So this is the what the hell news part of the broadcast. Mark Meadows was asked when was the last time you negotiated with Nancy Pelosi. He said a few weeks ago. Which is exactly right. So there's no secret meeting that I don't know about. It's literally been upwards, what was that not last Friday, but the Friday before that. I mean, it's been so long ago. It's like, when Nene had the prior nose job. It's like it's been so long ago. I can't keep, it's when Don Jr. did not have gray beards. It's been a while ago. So Ironically, though, it also is Nancy's fault because Mark Meadows went to her office on Sunday and she wouldn't come to the door, and she's still not come to the door because she's chasing someone. She's chasing the postman. Mitch McConnell, who at the start of this whole channel told Americans to go pound sand to ask for stimulus checks. Now he wants to give out stimulus checks. And he didn't want you to be on unemployment benefits, but now his state is one of the 2 states that paying the additional $100 supplement for unemployment benefits. I think I see a little irony in here, don't you? As the church chat lady would say on Saturday Night Live. Isn't that special? McConnell said, as you may have noticed, we're at a stalemate with the Democratic majority in the House and the Democratic minority in the Senate, and we've not able to reach an agreement yet, but I haven't given up hope. Oh, that's reassuring, Mr. McConnell. I haven't given up hope. Okay, what have you done? He's like Representative Correa from Anaheim near Mickey Mouse, the Fantasyland, who says, I'm really troubled watching this. It appears that we're paying congressional leaders to watch stuff and not to do things. McConnell actually had this statement: the American people need additional assistance now. That's Mitch McConnell. Wait a second. Is this really Mitch McConnell saying this? The American people need additional assistance now. They can only be done on a bipartisan basis, and I hope it's done very soon. Okay, who kidnapped Mitch McConnell and put this person in his replacement? Who is this guy? This is Mitch McConnell? Now, you can say it in your Nancy Pelosi voice, which is, he just says things and never writes a bill, which is, sort of like what I said yesterday. All I can say is that currently Mark Meadows, Steve Mnuchin, and apparently Mitch McConnell all say you need relief now, urgently, after they didn't want to do anything for 5 months, and want to do it now, but none of them are writing anything. So a lot of talk, but no action. And that's true also from the Democrats. Meadows additionally sort of flip-flopped overnight as well. He had said for standalone stimulus checks to go out. I don't know how many times I have to repeat these statements, but Meadows said Sunday, Friday, Thursday. The president said it last weekend as well. Standalone stimulus checks deal. Standalone eviction moratorium bill. Standalone FPUC bill. Okay, that was then. And then yesterday, CBS, he flops. He says, okay, I would agree to a bill that has 5 things in it. Wait a second, that's not standalone. I want to go on a date with 5 people at the same time. That's not a standalone. That's something else. He wants to have school aid K-12, additional assistance for small businesses, PPP, of course, pushing up more money for food stamps, amen, and eviction protection, and some more stimulus relief, all in a standalone bill. That's not a standalone bill. That's not what standalone means. I mean, I know he has that accent, but Trump overnight said, we broke our new record on jobs. I don't know what record he's talking about. Unemployment numbers are going to come out on Thursday. It's going to be probably over 1 million new jobless claims. Will be 22nd consecutive week of unemployment claims. I think the record is going the other direction. Internal IRS is going to have another number out Thursday, and that number expects to say 37.2 million jobs have been lost due to the pandemic. So it's really a little bit of a hot mess express as the sun sort of comes in, and I'm like, which way is the sun? The issue is that people say they want to do something, they don't do it. People blame each other, and they don't do anything. And that's really why we don't have elected officials we don't elect people to just do nothing. And as we sit here today, it's ironic because back in a few months, when this channel started in late April and when in May stimulus was really heating up, I said, the mindset of the Republicans is so wrong. It's so off touch. They don't want to give you stimulus. They don't want to. Mitch McConnell said, I'm not going to give you anything. It's going to create a welfare state. Now his welfare state is the only state paying the unemployment benefits of $100 per week on top of $300. He said, he doesn't. He wants to encourage people to get back to work. He's not doing anything now to encourage people to get back to work. He's encouraging to ensure people have unemployment benefits. So everything that Republicans said in May is the total reverse now. which is great news. I mean, it's totally great news that they are on book, they are on script, they are on focus with everyone else to get stimulus out. Stimulus checks. They want the stimulus checks to go out. $1,200 stimulus checks to all individuals. $1,200 stimulus checks if you're a single individual. $2,400 if you're a married couple. They have that issue for the dependents that I don't agree upon, which is $500 for dependents. And the reason why I don't agree upon it is because the first time around, adult dependents, who are often people who are on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, were not eligible for a check. And so this time around, when they're getting to be eligible for a check, you're giving them a watered-down check. You're giving them $500 as a Republican, not $1,200. Doesn't make sense. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I really don't. I don't think FPUC, which has to be done. I mean, this is really great news about now, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. But, come middle September, the stuff is going to hit the fan. You can fill in the sentence. And there's going to be no FPUC, and there won't be any FEMA money to draw from. There won't be a backup plan. All backup plans will be exhausted. When, where, and how? Nancy has put this fear in all of us that she's going to have this drag out into January, and no one's going to see a stimulus check until January. You can't roll over. You absolutely can't roll over. You have to be fighting mad. You have to be contacting your senators and representatives. Someone said to me, LA, read on camera everyone's phone number. I'm like, 50, okay, there's 100 senators, and how many? I would literally be recording for 5 hours if I read every number on camera. But you need to be contacting your representatives right now and say, get the deal done now. 3 standalone bills. The call to action is still firm and strong. 3 standalone bills, second stimulus check, FPUC extension, and eviction moratorium. These have to be done now. I mean, we can't wait. And I got to tell you, the pressure we do now will get us the reward, will get us the money, will get us the end result. Doing nothing may still get you the relief, but that means you could possibly wait to January, and Americans can't wait to January. So we have really great news. We have great news about FPUC, PUA, UI. A lot of the viewers are not on unemployment benefits. They're dependent on the stimulus checks. I got that. I'm with you, and I'm with everyone. I'm with my hazard pay people as well. So it's a great day to start the morning. A lot of really positive news. And the focus going forward is to remain focused. You have to contact and tag your broadcast news reporters, whoever you watch at night, whether it's CNN or MSNBC or Fox or, WWE, whoever you watch to get your news, the China's, the People's Republic of China, maybe you watch them to, tell you, their version of news. I'm being facetious. The Russian political operative broadcast news channel, great stuff. I mean, really fascinating broadcast. No, I'm just kidding. Whoever you watch to touch your news, tag them and keep the subject matter front and center. As I go into this afternoon, one of the things that troubles me is the following. And here's a personal message because I know how things are perceived. My concern going into the afternoon, as the sun is really moving, is that, hey, broadcasters are not keeping the story front and center. They really aren't. And so what you need to do is to ensure that it is front page news. If you go to CNBC, for example, this morning, they talk about a floating boat for Apple, 5-for-1 Tesla stock split, how this real estate market the home prices are racing up, how these are the top 5 stocks you need to buy, how Jeremy Siegel, who I didn't even cover this morning, I did bring him to set, talks about how the stock market is going to be so wonderful later this year. It's going to be a U economy, a W economy. It's going to be great. Tech companies are going to go. It's all really a lot of chatter of this wonderfulness. And so what I need you to do is stay on point, stay on book, tag people, inform them that this is still an issue, front and center. And do me a favor, go to the front of this channel. We reached 200,000 subscribers last week, first time in the history of YouTube. Last Saturday, I said, hey, let's try to do 25,000 new subscribers in the next 2 weeks. That was last Saturday. Today is Tuesday. We've already added 14,000. So let's keep it up. Coming up, afternoons, LALATE starting at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. As always, stay informed, stay motivated, stay focused, and stay in LA for more.